Alright, here we go. Start sketch, green and red. We are going to insert our DXF. Gotta wait a little while for it. Okay, now that it's loaded, select inch, or it'll be 14 millimeters tall. Hit OK. Wait for it to load again. Now that it's loaded, I'm just going to double click on the edge to select the whole ring. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to take it over to another file. So create sketch, red and green, Control V, zoom out so you can see it. Bring it over, enter. So now we've got our base template, and we will go into Inkscape and convert our file now. So we're just going to do the process. We're going to open our PNG file. I've already done this, so I have the completed one, but we'll just hit OK, select it, path, trace bitmap, hit apply, drag it away, we'll check using this, check which one is that's the vector, it's got all the dots. So we'll select our normal arrow again, we'll select the one in the background, we'll delete it with the delete button. We will bring this over here, and then we will save as SVG. I already did, so it's going to want me to overwrite. Cancel. So once you have that, we're going to go back into Fusion. In Fusion, we're going to insert our SVG, insert from my computer, T6 logo in the SVG, drag it over, put the top corner on the top corner of our pit there. Then we'll just drag it in. Find the sweet spot. Hit enter. Now we're going to double click this rim, delete it. Solid. Press pull. Select here. Oh, that's a problem. We'll just go back one here. Put the horns too high. So double click, delete that. Solid. Press pull. I'm going to make it 3 millimeters thick. So now that we've got this, it's 14 inches tall, but if we wanted it bigger, for example, we'd right click here, or not right click, we select our body and go scale. And now we can literally increase it. So I mean, if we wanted it twice as big, we would just go 2, hit OK, and it's going to make it twice as big. So I'm just going to undo that with my undo button. Now we can go into manufacture, cutting, select our surface. We'll go through these tabs just for reference. Maybe we could put a bit of a pierce clearance, but I typically don't do it on SVG stuff because it often needs extra room. So I mean, these are your lead-ins. I typically don't use a lead-out because it'll cause the torch to dive if the arc is on over open space. So in our tolerances, we might as well give it a 0.2 to help clean it up. And same thing in our smoothing. In our heights, we'll set this to 20. So we can, these two values add together. So we want to set, maybe 20 each. And that's how high our torch is going to go above and go over. So in our geometry, we've already selected our thing. Here we'll create a tool. Plasma cutter. 1/4 inch plate. 70 amps, let's see. Cutter, probably between 1.5 and 2. So go 1.6. 1,000 on the cutting date is okay, and these don't actually do anything. They don't transmit into the machine, so we can ignore those. Hit accept, hit select, hit OK. We'll go to our setup, model box point, select the corner just so we can zero our machine on the corner of the sheet, hit OK. We'll go Control G. Okay, so now this, it's not cutting this part of the logo or this part. So let's just go and see what we can do to make it cut that. Let's go to design, create a sketch on the surface. Something about those shapes it doesn't like. And that's just inherent to using graphics that are exported and converted. So let's go in and just give it some fresh stuff here. So for this one, my go-to is going to be just using a circle. Start about over here. Find roughly the right radius. So I need a smaller circle, so I can just grab the edge of my circle until I get closer to that radius. So this is what I'm going to do here. And then I'm going to just fill this in. Yeah, it probably doesn't like all those bumpy actions there. And if I click the back, it'll fill it right to the thickness of the material, 3 millimeters. Make sure this says join. So now we fixed that one. And then it really didn't like something that was going on in here, so we'll just draw it in. So we have to create a new sketch after we extruded right onto the surface again. Yeah, it doesn't like these little bumps. It doesn't like this. So for this, I'm just going to use my line tool, and I'm going to just one by one so I mean the amount of time you spend doing this will obviously impact yeah, it really doesn't like those. Doesn't like that. For this one, we're gonna just click out there. We're gonna just do a radius on it after. So I hit exit to stop my line tool, grab my fillet. I'm just going back. It's really chewing away to do this undo right now. Oh, it finally went for it. Okay, so I'm actually just gonna delete that radius. And I'm gonna go back to using my line tool. So I mean, each graphic can have its own set of challenges. I'm just gonna round it out afterwards. So then it ignored this side as well. So we'll just see what happens when we get rid of all that. So I can zoom out, grab my press pull, click there, -3, we'll delete it. Okay, now that that's gone, we'll go back into manufacture. So now, Control G will regenerate and see if we got that now. Okay, so it's still ignoring the outside. So I mean, the guy will have to just spend some time and trace and trace and trace. But you can see like where we traced it, it fixed that part. So the guy needs to just kind of keep on, tracing. There's a spot missing here, and I mean, this is just something that tends to happen when you're cutting SVGs. Like, look at all these bumps.
Mommy said yes, so I can open the door.
And this S got mucked up too. So I mean, this logo will need some serious work to get in there. So for the sake of the video, we'll export this. I'll have to come through and make a more in-depth video on repairing all those different things, but I mean, it's literally just a piece-by-piece process using lines and circles to fix what isn't being cut. So I mean, to post-process, it's the standard procedure, millimeters, and hit post.